Hello again from Norway. This is Hilde Larsen coming to you from the outside, from nature, which we love so much. And if you don't know who I am, just visit my website, inspiredbyhilde.com. It will lead you to most of what I do. So today I came to you to talk about growing up. You know that I often use my phrase, grow up, or I say it another way, power up and grow free, because it's really the same thing. And the reason I want to talk to you about this is that I see that we get stuck in a belief system, or a pattern rather, that we're not grown-ups. We're not really in charge. You won't believe how many of us walk around having someone else deciding for us what to do, what to think, what to say, who to believe. And it's no wonder we're discouraged, because we're walking around like children, looking everywhere, seeing, who should I follow? Where is my parent? Where is my authority? Have you noticed? It's like even when you're falling ill or you want to heal your life in some way, you're looking towards others saying, oh, what does this person think? Or what does that person think? I'm not talking about people that are handing you knowledge or inviting you to educate yourself, because that's different. We can all educate ourselves. I'm talking about the self-sabotage tendency that comes from not feeling that you've grown into your adult, free, sovereign life. Pretty harsh words, but they're freeing. You see, that is power up and grow free at a T. So, let me explain a little bit to you. Let me see if this resonates with you. You might want to start a raw food diet. You might want to explore what changing the way that you live will do for you. You might feel within you that I need to eat fruit. I need to do that. But what will they think? What will my, I could say doctor, but you could also say facilitator. What will the person that I have made in charge of my health think? That's a better one. What will my family think? What will my coworkers think? What will my spouse think? What will my children think? What will my parents think? Now, does that sound like an adult, sovereign person thinking like that? Not really. Because who are these people that we look to in that sense? Are they more adult? Are they more educated? Some, we might think so, at least. Are they more successful than us? Have they done what we want to do? Do they have a hold over us? Are they judging us? Is it more important for us to get their validation than to get our own health and happiness? We would say no to that. I'm sure of it. I would say no to that. But I'm not sure I was living it. And I'm not sure you are either. If you're not feeling well, and if you're not doing what you believe in your heart is your path, if you are not starting that juice cleanse, if you're not on top of doing that liver flush, or being that member, or stepping up and getting support when you know that you need it, if you find a self-sabotaging reason, then you haven't fully grown up to the fact that you are the one in charge. And okay, so let's go back a little bit. What is self-sabotage, first of all? Well, self-sabotage is something that you do that you don't even know that you're doing, that is holding you back, keeping you from moving forward to where you want to go. So it could look like many different things, and the tricky thing is, again, you don't even know that you're doing it until you stop, you watch yourself, and then you realize, you recognize, and then you change. And then you can ask me, well, how do I know that I'm self-sabotaging myself? How would I know that I'm one of these people that you're talking about, Hilde? Well, if you're not doing, if you're only studying and wanting and contemplating and having reasons not to, if you have any reason not to at all, you see, you are self-sabotaging yourself, because there are no reasons not to. I'm not saying there are no reasons not to do it today. There might be. It might not be the right day for you. You might have to wait until next weekend, or, you know, when you get off work, or when you feel that you have the capacity to take care of you. But see, that only lasts for a very short period. Self-sabotage, that comes back to you. Keeps coming and coming and coming. And even if you start, you'll find a reason to stop. You'll find a reason to so-called fail, and you can even say, it didn't work for me. That's the best one, because then you don't even have to revisit. Then you can go back to the drawing table. You can go back to studying. You can be that seeker, which is a good thing. You know, out there, outside of you is a good thing, because it looks like you're constantly wanting and seeking what's best for you. The thing is, you're tricking yourself into thinking that, in the sense that you're settling for that. That is like how far you're willing to go, is to that point. Now, following through and actually doing is where the blockage for a lot of people is, because of what's outside. And see, believe me or not, it's not from the inside. Let me ask you something. So if I put you on an island, sunny, beachy island, with tropical fruit just dangling from the trees, mangoes falling into your hands, so luscious and so sweet, makes your mouth water, I'm sure, you know, all these fruits that just there for you, the coconut water, everything you can think of. You can relax, you can swim, you can play with the dolphins even. Would you? Would you? I bet you would not miss your barbecue, not for a second. I mean, that environment would not even take you back to all the noise that you're usually in. Because we know that it feels good. We know that it's perfect for us. Now, if you were there, not only alone, but if you were there with a lot of people that you know and that you don't know, and everybody was doing the same thing as you, everybody was having so much fun, oh, you wouldn't miss a thing now, would you? So if you step out of that thinking, then why am I not doing it? Then you know that all the reasons that you're coming up with comes from without, you know, from outside of you. It comes from the others. Because now you don't have that security that everybody else is doing it and everybody's believing in it, and then you have easy access to what you want. See, that picture is not fully in place for you yet. It doesn't mean that it's not there. It just means it hasn't manifested yet. But to get there, you have to walk that way. You have to walk in that direction. See, there's only one way to get there, and that is to walk towards it, at the same time allowing it to you. If you're constantly struggling, walking the other way, telling yourself why you can't, looking at the world as if you're a child, looking for permission. Now, who is going to give you permission to do this? Who is going to give you permission to get your health back? Who? A friend? A teacher? You shouldn't give that power to anyone. And if you think that you have someone outside you, you're self-sabotaging yourself. And I really mean this. And I don't care if it seems valid. Still, you're self-sabotaging yourself. Because when you take charge, there is nothing that comes from the outside of you that you cannot conquer. Even if you're at your lowest low, you can change everything within you. You can change the way you think. You can change the way you feel. You can change the way you dream, the way you plan, the way you make these little devious undercover mission plans on how you're going to do it for you. Because it is okay to go after it. It's okay to say, I am going to do this. I'm not going to wait for permission, because I'm an adult and this is my life. This is my life. And I don't think there's going to be any glory to staying sick. I don't think there's going to be any price anywhere for everyone and all of us that chose to stay sick and to walk with a crowd just for the sake of not daring to break free, not being brave enough, grown enough to say, hey, I am going to walk that way. And I guarantee you, once you do that, you will meet other people like you. Strong, independent, loving, compassionate, serving, grateful people that are supportive. The community is growing big time. You never have to worry about being alone or doing this alone. This is the winning team. I keep on telling you, this is the winning team. We're all doing this together. It only feels like you're doing it alone if you're standing there waiting for someone to validate. You only feel alone when you haven't taken back your power, because looking for comfort from outside of you and looking for that green light, looking at that red light, just looking for the green, that's loneliness. Being in the now, exploring, being open, walking towards what you want, what is natural, what is there for you, that is clearly given to you in grace and love from the universe. Your spirit, you're part of creation. It's honoring creation to walk this path of health. You know, being a part of suffering and killing and torture and sickness and despair has nothing to do with what we can be grateful for. And even though it might seem like it's almost impossible to change the situation, it never is, you see, because I say this again and again, change is inevitable. Change is inevitable. There's nothing that's not changing. The only thing we can do is resist it. And resistance, it's the opposite of flow. And the more you resist, the more what you're going through will persist, and it will grow. It will be more and more painful. So when you just take that first step and say, okay, I'm gonna change my diet, just start there. Just start there. Just start by stopping to put in everything that's hurting you. Stop eating the meat and the fish and the dairy and the grains and the breads. Just stop taking in what your body is so clearly telling you, telling us. It's hurting us. Once you stop doing that, once you start cleaning out those parasites, your realization of your own strength, your magnificence will shine through so strongly that you will realize you were never anything but superior in your life. So anytime that you think that I am not strong enough, or I am not good enough, or I can't do this, or I can't find my superiority, to heck with it. It's bullshit. It's in there. But sometimes you can't see it until you see it. First, sometimes you just have to believe it before you see it. You have to believe it to the point where you own it, to the point where you step into it and you walk it. It's like that jacket. You make it, you sew it, you pick out the colors, everything, and then you put it on. Then you walk in it, and it's called growing free. It's called growing up. It's called stop being a child, in the sense that stop being this person with the childish patterns that manifests in looking to be validated or getting a green light for what you can do with your life. You can do anything with your life, starting by taking care of your health, because everything emanates from that. Once your body starts singing health, that vibration, everything else rises around you. People that come towards you are kinder. People that are drawn to you are more like you. So when you look around and you feel that you have people around you that are critical of you, that are holding you back, which they can't, that's what this is all about, trying to hold you back, or you perceive it as them holding you back. You're giving them the power for you to change, to be held back. Once you realize that this was always about that you, that there was nothing outside of you that was going to tell you, take you there. There is no difference between the ones that make it and the ones that don't, except in their mind, in their mindset. Other than that, there's no difference. People make it if they have money, if they have no money. They make it if they're in the northern climates, if they're in the southern climates. They make it if they have herbs, if they don't have money for herbs. They make it if they can get my high-end coaching program, or if they can just become a member, or just watch this video, read my books. In any case, you can make it. The only thing is your mindset. Do you think you're in charge, or do you think you're not? That is the question, my friends, for today. Do you think you're in charge? Now, if you think you're in charge, are you living it? If you're not, it's called self-sabotage. It's called you putting obstacles in your own way to stay where you're at. Why? Because something within you, old hurts, old fears, are more afraid of the change, of your powerful freedom, than the pain is by staying where you are. So the pain seems more comfortable than change. Yes. So my challenge is today, look around and see if you have any reasons not to get on the wagon. Now, if you're standing at the station and the train keeps coming, rolling by, and you're not jumping in, if you're not walking onto that train, goes to Wellville, that goes to Happyville, Amazingville, has your name on it, you have the ticket in your hand, you have the you know how, you know when, you're already there, you're watching this video, you're standing in the station. Find out why you're not stepping on board. Why is it? And hold on to that. Write it down and let it go. And look into that. Clear it. And say to yourself, heck, I'm an adult. This is my life. I'm going to take it. I'm going to go. I'm going to jump that train. I'm going to use my ticket. I'm going to use my ticket. I'm not going to sit here with a ticket not being used. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that for now. So if you like this video, please thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to my channel. And I honor you for being here. So this was Hilde Larsen. I am at inspiredbyhilde.com from Norway. Namaste.